Welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about the multiple choice question and answer from the topic array factor in antenna array for the subject antenna and microwave engineering. So already I posted one video for the third unit. So these are all the remaining videos for the third unit. Okay, so the first you see, which of the following is false regarding antenna array? First one, directivity increases, directivity decreases, beam width decreases, gain increases. So directivity decreases. This is the false. That is, if your antenna array means already you know the similar antenna, the group of antenna connected in some manner, it is called as an antenna array in order to increase the gain and increase the directivity. Okay. So in this statement, the directivity decreases. This is the false statement, remaining all under the true only. Okay, directivity increases, beam width decreases, gain increases. So these are all the effects of antenna array. The next one, the electrical size of antenna is increased by which of the following? Okay, so the electrical size, not a physical size, the electrical size of antenna is increased by in which thing? Antenna array decreasing the coverage area, increasing the coverage area using a single antenna. So the electrical size of array is increased in antenna array concept. Okay. So to increase the already you know to increase the directivity, we are using the antenna array. So in that the antenna array, the similar antennas are placed in a some constant distance. So that's why the electrical size of that antenna increases. Okay. The next one, for long distance communication, which of the property is mainly necessary for the antenna? So for long distance communication, which of the property is mainly necessary for the antenna? High directivity, low directivity, low gain, broad bandwidth. So for a long distance communication, the directivity, it should be very high. Okay. So long distance communication requires the antenna with very high directivity. So to achieve the high directivity, we are using, instead of using single antenna, we may use antenna arrays. So that is the main thing in that antenna array. Okay. The next question, which of the following is false about the single antenna for long distance communication? So already you know for long distance communication, if you are using single antenna, we can't achieve the high directivity. Okay. So in that, which one is false? Enlarging may create side loop, no side loops, high directivity is required, high gain is required. So no side loop. Okay, so no side loop. This is the false statement. The next thing, the electrical size of antenna is increased by antenna array to avoid side loop. Okay, this is not a size loop. To avoid side loop compared to single antenna. This is true or false? True only. Okay, already you know when compared to single antenna, in that antenna array, the electrical size of the antenna is high. Okay. In that case, so the side loops also eliminated in that antenna array when compared to single antenna. The next one, a uniform linear array. A uniform linear array contains dash n elements placed at equal distance and feed current of equal magnitude and progressive phase shift. N elements at a non-equidistance and feed current of equal magnitude and progressive phase shift. N element at equidistance and feed of unequal magnitude and progressive phase shift. N element at equal distance and feed current of unequal magnitude and equal phase shift. So uniform linear array. So uniform it means n elements placed at equal distance. Okay, equidistance, and all antenna feed with equal magnitude and progressive phase shift. Okay, so this is the uniform linear array. So A is the correct answer. So uniform linear array means n number of similar antennas are placed equal distance and all antenna feed with equal magnitude and progressive phase shift. Okay, this is said to be the uniform linear array. The next thing, total resultant field obtained by antenna array is given by which of the following? So the total resultant field obtained by antenna array. The antenna array, the total resultant field is obtained by vector superposition of individual field from the element, maximum field from the individual source, minimum field from the individual source in the array, field from the individual source. So it is nothing but the vector superposition of individual field from the element. So we have to vector, that is the addition, vector addition of the individual field from the element. Okay, so vector superposition of this thing is said to be the total resultant field. The next thing, if the progressive phase shift in antenna array is equal to 0, then it is called dash. Broadside array, end-fire array, Yagi-Uda array, fishbone antenna. Broadside array. So in broadside array, all antenna feed with equal magnitude of current, as well as the progressive phase shift is also 0. That is, we are feeding all antenna with equal phase shift. That is called as a broadside array. Okay, so for a broadside array, that phase angle equal to 0. For end fire array, phase angle is equal to 180 degree. So broadside and end fire, these two things is said to be the classification of uniform linear array. Okay, then the next thing, what is the progressive phase shift of end fire array? So what is the phase shift we are applying in end fire array? Means it is a 180 degree phase shift. So the progressive phase shift in the end fire array, it is 180 degree. In broadside array is 0 degree. Okay, you just remember it. Then which of the following statement about antenna array is false? Okay, field pattern is the product of individual element in array. It's a true. Field pattern is the sum of individual element in the array. This is false. Okay, field pattern is nothing but product of individual element in array. If you are taking 4 antenna, means the total field pattern is nothing but the product of first field pattern, second, 3, 4, etc. Okay, so the field pattern is not the sum, it's a product. Then the resultant field is the vector superposition of field from the individual element. This is correct. High directivity can be achieved for long distance communication. This is also true about the antenna array. So this one, the second B is the false statement. Okay, the field pattern is not a sum. The field pattern is the product and resultant field is the vector superposition. So this is the answer for this question. Then the next one, which of the following statement is true? Okay, as the number of element increase in array, it becomes more directive. As number of elements increase in array, it becomes less directive. Point-to-point communication is not possible with more number of array element. Okay, there is no uniform progressive phase shift in a linear uniform array. So which one of the following statement is true? Means the first one. That is, if you are increasing the number of element in array, the directivity increases. It becomes more directive. Okay, so this is the correct thing. If you are increasing the number of element in array, the directivity increases. So it becomes more directive. This is the correct statement. The next one, the normalized array factor. The normalized array factor of n element linear array is dash. Okay. So the normalized array factor of linear array, the formula is that sine n psi divided by 2 divided by n psi by 2. So this is the formula for the n element linear array factor. Okay, normalized array factor for n element, where n is the number of elements in a uniform linear array. Okay, so you just see the formula sine n psi by 2 divided by n psi by 2. Okay, the next thing, the radiating pattern of single element multiplied by the array factor simply gives the dash. Okay, the radiation pattern of single element multiplied by the array factor, it is nothing but a pattern multiplication. Okay, so already you know the pattern multiplication, it is nothing but the radiation of the single array antenna multiplied by the antenna array factor. It is called as the pattern multiplication. The next thing, the normalized array factor of two element array antenna is given by dash. Okay, normalized array factor of two element antenna. So already you know the formula. So you see the array factor it is given by array factor for two element. It is given by 2 into cos of k d cos theta plus beta divided by 2, where d is the distance between the successive antennas and theta is the phase shift. Okay, and b is the progressive phase shift applied to that array. So 2 is the number of, if it is a two element antenna, the n is equal to 2. Okay, so here the question is that normalized array factor. So therefore the normalized array factor is nothing but the array factor divided by the number of element. So what is the number of element? 2. So AF divided by 2 is equal to cos k d cos theta plus beta divided by 2. Okay, so the answer is the first one, cos of k d cos theta plus beta divided by 2, where d is the distance, k is the 2 pi by lambda, beta is the progressive phase shift. Okay, if it is a three element, normalized array factor for three element means it is given by similar to, except this 2 we have to divide it by 3. Okay, so this is the array factor formula. The next one, which of the following is the function of position of antenna in array and the weight? Okay, so which of the following is a function of position of antenna in array and the weight? Okay, so the array factor is a function of antenna position in array as well as its weight. So antenna factor is nothing but it's a function of position of antenna in array as well as the weight. The next one, find the normalized array factor when two antenna elements are separated by a distance lambda by 4 and the phase difference is 0 and theta is equal to 0. Okay, so we have to find the normalized array factor when two element, the distance is lambda by 4 and the phase difference is 0 and theta equal to 0. So already you know the formula, that is the normalized array factor AFN for two antenna element is cos of k d cos theta plus beta divided by 2. So here you just substitute the distance value, theta value, beta value, we will get that thing. Okay, so here you see that is a k. Here the k is nothing but 2 pi by lambda. Okay, so 2 pi by lambda into d. What is d? The distance is lambda by 4 into cos theta plus beta. Here the phase difference is 0. So beta equal to 0 as well as this theta is also 0. So cos 0, 1. So here the lambda cancel. So the remaining answer we will get cos pi by 4. Okay, so the normalized array factor for this two element is cos pi by 4. So simply in this formula you just substitute the value of k. The k is 2 pi by lambda, the distance d is lambda by 4, this phase difference theta 0 degree, and this phase difference is also, beta is also 0. You just substitute and find out the thing, cos pi by 4 is the answer. The next one, which of the following is true for uniform linear array element to obtain the total field? Okay, the single element field is multiplied by array factor. The single element field multiplied by normalized array factor. A single element field multiplied by bandwidth. Single element field multiplied by directivity. So which one is true in a uniform linear array to obtain the total field? The total field is nothing but single element field multiplied by array factor, not normalized array factor. So this is the correct thing. Okay, the so total field is nothing but the single element field multiplied by array factor. using pattern multiplication concept. Then multiplying the normalized field with normalized array factor gives dash. Multiplying the normalized field with the normalized array factor, it gives the pattern multiplication. That is called as pattern multiplication. The next one, find the angle at which nulls occur for two element array antenna with separation as lambda by 4 and phase difference is pi by 2. Okay, so we are considering two element antenna. These two antennas are separated by lambda by 4. Okay, lambda by 4, and the phase difference applied to this two antenna is pi by 2. Okay, so find at which angle nulls occur. Okay, nulls means the radiation pattern, the angle at which the radiation pattern reaches the zero value. It is called as the null. Okay, so here, so already you know the normalized array factor for two element thing. So the normalized array factor AFN is equal to cos of KD cos theta plus beta divided by 2. Okay, so null, we have to calculate null. So null means at a null position, this array factor value, it becomes 0. Okay, so we have to equate this cos of KD cos theta plus beta divided by 2 equal to 0. Okay, since we have to find out the angle at angle theta at which this array factor becomes 0. That is since at a null position this array factor is 0. Okay, then we have to substitute the value of d and beta value. So what is k? 2 pi by lambda. What is d? The distance is given by lambda by 4 into cos theta plus the phase difference given as pi by 2. So beta value is pi by 2. So you just rearrange that, and we have to find out the theta. So from that, if you're after cancelling, we will get cos theta equal to 1. So from that, in which position cos tends to be 1, theta equal to 0 degree. So null occur at 0 degree. Okay, so in two element antenna array, if the separation between the two antenna is lambda by 4, phase difference is pi by 2, means the null occur at 0 degree. Okay, this is the one. Similarly, find the angle at which null occur for two element array if the separation is lambda by 4 and the phase difference is minus pi by 2. So in the previous problem, the phase difference is pi by 2 is given. So at that condition, we will get a null at 0 degree. Similarly, in same formula, you just substitute the value of the separation d and phase difference of this beta equal to minus pi by 2, you just substitute, and we have to equate this normalized array factor to 0, and you just rearrange and calculate the value of theta. Okay, so after substituting, we will get a cos theta equal to minus 1. So in which condition the cos theta tends to be minus 1? The theta equal to 180 degree. Okay, so null occur at 180 degree if the phase difference is minus pi by 2. If the phase difference is pi by 2 in a two element array, we will get the null at 0 degree. Okay, if the phase difference is minus pi by 2, we will get the null at the angle of pi. Okay, so the answer is pi, 180 degree. The next one, the pattern multiplication is the multiplication of single array radiation pattern with a dash. Okay, with array factor. Pattern multiplication is nothing but the multiplication of single array radiation pattern with their array factor. It is called as the pattern multiplication. Okay, next one, which of the following expression represents the pattern multiplication? E total equal to E theta into array factor. E total, the total field is nothing but the field of individual single element in array multiplied with array factor. Okay, so this is nothing but the pattern multiplication expression. The next one, all elements must be identical to apply pattern multiplication principle. It is true or false? True. Okay, that is in array, the pattern multiplication principle works only for the identical elements in the array. That means or n number of element we are using in antenna array means if all elements are identical array, then only we can apply this pattern multiplication concept. Okay, so this is true. All elements must be identical to apply the pattern multiplication principle. That is a true. Next one, which of the following statement is false? Pattern multiplication use the radiation pattern of an array. All elements must be identical to apply pattern multiplication principle. Yes. Okay. The radiation pattern of single array antenna multiplied by the array factor is the pattern multiplication. So these three are true. Pattern multiplication is also applicable for array with different unequal element. This is false. The pattern multiplication is only we can apply if all elements in the array is identical. Okay, if the different elements are using, pattern multiplication is not applicable. So this is the false statement. D is the false statement. Here the question is identify the false statement. The next one, which of the following does not applicable for pattern multiplication? It is the product of individual radiation pattern of the element with array factor of the array. All elements must be identical. All elements need not be identical. This is the thing. Okay. Question is which of the following does not applicable for pattern multiplication? For pattern multiplication, already you know all element must be identical. So all element need not be identical. This is the false statement. This gives the radiation pattern of entire array. Yes. Remaining three is the correct. This one is does not applicable. So C is the answer. The next one, the isotropic element array radiation pattern depends on the nulls of the array factor only. True. Okay. Since for isotropic element means already you know it radiates equally in all direction. Okay. So the radiation pattern of the array is the pattern of the individual array element multiplied by the array factor. So the total radiation pattern depends on the null of the array factor only. The next one, what is the direction of first null of broadside 4 element isotropic antenna having a separation lambda by 4? Okay, so already we discussed two question. If in two element antenna, if the separation is lambda by 4 and the phase shift is some 90 degree or minus 90 degree, we calculated the first null 0 degree and 180 degree. Similarly here, broadside 4 element isotropic antenna, what is the direction of first null? Okay, it is a 60 degree. You just remember it. For 4 element isotropic antenna, if the separation is lambda by 2, the first null occurs at 60 degree. Okay. Similarly, what is the direction of first null of broadside 4 element array having the separation lambda by 4? In a previous question, the separation is lambda by 2, 4 element. Here also 4 element, but the separation is lambda by 4 means the first null occurs at 0 degree. Okay, first null occurs at 0 degree. Okay, you just remember it. These are only some of the important things you just note down. Then the next one, a 4 element end fire array separated by lambda by 4 distance. This is end fire array separated by lambda by 4 distance has the first null occurring at dash. It's a 90 degree. Okay, that is in the previous thing we discussed the two things. This 27 and 28 you see broadside array, 4 element broadside array. Separation is lambda by 2 means the first null occurs at 60 degree. Same 4 element broadside array, if the separation is lambda by 4, the first null occurs at 0 degree. Okay, you remember that. If it is a 4 element end fire array, the separation is lambda by 4, the first null occurs at 90 degree. Okay, so these are some of the points you have to note down. Okay, so these are some of the questions about array factor and array antenna array pattern multiplication. Okay, what is pattern multiplication and what are the that is the thing That is what is the pattern multiplication, what is the need for pattern multiplication. In order to get the total field of antenna array, we are using one more concept, it is called as a pattern multiplication. And what is the uniform linear array, we discussed this whole thing. Okay, so in the next video we will discuss about the remaining array concept. Okay, binomial array, Chebyshev array, then the remaining thing we will discuss in the next video. Okay, so thanks for watching my channel, and please subscribe my channel for more videos. If you want to learn the remaining videos of the subject antenna and microwave engineering, I will give the link in the description box. Okay, or in my channel in antenna and microwave engineering playlist, all videos are available, you can see. Okay, so thank you.